The following is a semi-professional attempt at humor. The jokes contained within are intended for a mature audience. Not 18, we aren't cops, but we will occasionally say things that you find offensive. If you do get offended by our videos, make sure to keep any hate in the comments section where it belongs, or write about it on your blog. Above all else, try to have fun and remember, nothing matters.
Than your eye can encompass.
Welcome back to Nihilhalla. Unfortunately, we're cutting into sort of
made for you.
The story.
Yeah, we're cutting into the story a little bit with our timing on that last one. But we actually we ran fucking 13 minutes over, or not 13 minutes over. We ran like 2 or 3 minutes over because we were bitching about Trent Reznor, which. I don't personally hate the guy. Never met him.
Neither do I.
I'm sure he's a fucking really nice guy, or maybe he's a prick. I don't know. I can't speak one way or the other.
I disagree with wanton violence and destruction. Usually,
are yours, and you are free to walk
I disagree with wontons in general. I think they're completely unnecessary
the great tower,
for the most part, unless the cheese filled
you
and
may
they're
not
delicious.
go.
I fucking hate you.
For in the day that you do, you shall surely die.
You sick bastard. As I pour my heart out onto our YouTube channel.
So do we want to fuck with the computer again, or do we just want to get down to some puzzling?
Let's get down to some puzzling, because as I said before, in fact, I'd love to do a one-off where you and I just talk to the computer and see if people watch that.
They probably will. I mean...
Fuck it, we could do that later. This will be the puzzle. This will be the puzzle part of Talos, and we'll have Neil and Roman yell at the in-game computer. Because that just amazes me to think about, somebody programmed that. I wonder how long you can talk to it before it goes in circles.
Well, the Turing test, it fails the Turing test immediately.
What's the Turing test?
The Turing test is the test of how similar a machine can get to human vocabulary, human speech. I forget the exact, did you hear that static just now? Like that little brief
I did.
Static?
Was that the bridge?
I'm not sure what that was.
Oh, okay.
I remember there were intentionally, there were graphics glitches intentionally programmed into this game.
To fuck with you?
To fuck with you.
Because you're a robot, and every once in a while a little thing... Oh, man, that's adorable. I love it.
Yeah. But I'm trying to remember, there was one thing about the Turing test. There was a specific language on it that was described that made it oh wow, that's fucking that's awesome. And I can't remember what the hell it was.
Is this kind of like the test that was done in Blade Runner?
The Voight-Kampff test was designed to detect whether or not a machine
was human
or could feel emotion specifically. And if they could feel emotion, they figured they probably weren't one of the machines. The hell were they? Series 6 robots.
Yeah.
Good. You are learning, as is your purpose.
Oh, so it's my
But
job.
your choices must be your own.
Okay.
Therefore, I will not guide you, unless it is necessary.
Oh, okay. I was just about to say, but what if I get lost?
Yeah. I guess it wasn't as smart as I thought it was. It's just bumping around in this one part of the garden. Fuck's sake, turn around! I love how it marks when you get the piece.
Yeah,
That's
it's
adorable.
one of the things I love about this game. So, this is a secret here, and we're going to get the secret eventually. I forget what the relevance of the stars is. I know they're required to get in. Oh, fuck. Excuse me.
Man, it's not that late. You need to knock that shit off.
I don't fucking know why. I guess it's just how soothing the music is.
Whoa.
Oh, look. Oh, mural.
That is definitely...
It appears to be Greek.
Yeah, well...
Or maybe Roman.
Yeah, Greek...
Everything's half Roman in this show. Yeah, and I'm Italian, so it's 100% Roman. Fuck you, Internet. Anyway.
You can't say that in the comments. We already did it. Yeah, Grecian had way less clothing because they didn't care.
No. It wasn't that they didn't care. It's that they admired the male form. the Greek.
Well, like style wasn't a big thing. They didn't care either. That's kind of like the whole point of the toga and the chiton.
Oh man, look, there's a whole other island over
Can
there.
you get to it?
Yeah. I wonder from water.
Beginning were the words, and the words.
I'm not waterproof.
All right.
I like got into the water and then like God started talking.
You could make your own decisions. I want to swim. No, shit.
No, fuck!
I broke another one.
Oh God. Oh my God.
But yeah, the
or what was it from Futurama? Oh your God.
the chitons and stuff, they just kind of were folded over. I mean, it was hot, and style wasn't big from a lot of the things that I've read. And you are right a little bit about the male form. I've read though too things like the first Olympics were done naked because the athletes didn't want to be constricted by clothing.
I think honestly we should go back to naked Olympics. I think that would be a much better spectator sport, not just because I'm a creep, but also because like seriously.
Well, back to philosophy things. Nudity is an interesting thing in this country. I hate how much nudity is sexualized. I've always hated that about America. The, violence and cursing are wrong, or violence and cursing are okay in a movie, but by God, you show a tit and
oh God, I fucked it up.
You show a titty in the movies and are now,
The guardians of this land may harm you, but do
back
not
in the old
resent
days
them,
of
for they are my
like
servants,
James Bond movies and
they
shit like
challenge
that.
you only so that
you
your
could have
faith
like
might
a sex
be
scene on
strengthened.
screen and the movie was still only rated PG because you could have one and it was as long as it was just the man and the woman waking up.
Well, I definitely had my stepdad tell me about how he remembers as a kid watching, Channel 3 Fox and a nude lady walking through, and it's kind of funny because he said people were definitely more prudish back then, but now there's much more censorship that happens. I don't know. It's interesting. I am not a nudist. However, I believe in a world where I wish that nudists could be nude at all times, if that makes sense.
Yeah, you exist. You want to see a world exist where people are like, actually fucking free instead of...
I am a live and let live sort of guy, and when people say like, well, I don't want my children seeing that, it's like
see the graphics clips there?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
See what a human body. It's like, well, that's disgusting. Well, no, it's not. The human form shouldn't be a gross thing. I understand you not wanting somebody to see sexual acts in public, but it's like, what is a naked figure doing wrong in the world?
Why even ban sexual acts? Think about it. Like, if you're gonna go so far as to like,
I agree with the banning of sexual, and now this is just my form of, and it's all my philosophies and moralities, but sexual acts I feel are different because that is an interaction. That is a hard interaction, no pun intended. But that is an interaction that takes a bit of like consent, and I know you could argue that with nudity, but the thing is that we're one of the few mammalians or animals in general that put on garb to walk around. And it has necessary purposes, for weather attributes or to protect us from the sun, but I don't know. I feel like I'm not explaining that. You got shot by the machine gun.
Yeah, that was actually...
Yeah, I just...
I don't know if you can see the title of the mission. It's a suicide mission, so...
I just, I think if a man or woman wanted to garden in their own garden in the nude, they should be allowed to. Because the human form in general isn't, it shouldn't be sexualized. There we go. It's the same way with, like, women should be able to breastfeed,
oh yeah, that's
public
a big
because breasts' intended purpose were mammals. They're to feed children. That is what the nipples are for.
Yeah.
That is why mammals have nipples, because that's how we feed our young.
That's fucking.
Which is why I get so pissed at furry porn when snake chicks and dragon chicks have titties.
Right, and that's my big thing too. Not furry porn, but like breastfeeding in public is definitely something that should not be a ticketable offense or anything stupid
Or
like
frowned
that.
upon, yeah.
And it shouldn't be frowned upon.
They're
It should
feeding
be-
a baby. I'd rather have the baby be fucking quiet when I'm eating, like,
Yeah.
if we're gonna get selfish about it.
Oh, hey, look.
A friend?
Who are you? Hi.
Hi, friend.
Hello.
Do you want to talk about breastfeeding with us?
Yeah, hey, we're talking about boobs and stuff from the old world. Hey, where are you going?
Recording.
Am I just supposed to follow you?
I guess. Maybe it's teaching you something?
Was there something...
Oh, we lost the friend.
Is there something down here?
Can you jump the ledge? Or will you break? Oh, okay, you have a jump.
Yeah, it's
Were you
not...
supposed to be looking at something?
I don't know. I mean, he sort of ran up here and then just stared for a minute, so maybe I'm missing something?
Weird.
Looks like there's a little door up there, and...
Go to the door. If you can. Yeah, that shit's always pissed me off. I guess that's where, like, I kind of think of the nudity, too, because it's... If you... And everybody's made this argument, but it's like... If you sexualize a woman breastfeeding her child, there is something wrong with you. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, because you're looking at the child feeding
And thinking... Yeah,
as a sexual act.
Exactly. Like,
Which
whoa.
is like borderline pedophilia anyway.
Yeah.
Which, honestly, I will go back to my original statement on that, my longest lasting statement on that, which if you guys are familiar with Sexplanations on YouTube, they have a whole section on paraphilias, and I'll go ahead and say it on record. I don't feel this way about kids. I don't like look at kids and say like, oh, I love kids. No, I hate kids.
One of our teachers,
would,
Mrs. Higgins.
Yeah,
told
no,
us
man,
to
I've
make a
never,
time capsule,
ever had
write
the
letters to
feeling
the
of
future,
I want
so
to
one day we
procreate.
could remember what it was like to
My
be children.
current,
I thought it was stupid, so I didn't do it.
my lady
which I
friend,
really
my
regret.
lover, she feels the
So,
same way. I really hate that that's still
I
a
guess
thing in
I'm
our
gonna make
society
one
that
now.
everybody believes
Bury
they
it in
need
the
to
archive
procreate for.
instead of under a tree.
I know there's
I
a
don't know if
genetic
anybody will ever find it, but somehow
feeling,
it seems
but
important to keep talking, to keep
What I was
thinking for
what
as
I was
long as I
saying
can.
before the game actually interrupted me, because I walked over that fucking mail icon and forgot it played automatically.
yeah.
So, actually, let me check and make sure I've got all the puzzle pieces, because if I do, we can actually leave this area.
Yeah.
I do. We can leave. So
You didn't get the
what I
star,
was,
though.
huh?
You didn't get the star.
Do you want me to go get the star?
Does it show something, or?
I don't think it shows anything like super important. It's just useful for something later.
Oh, well, on the next episode of Nihilhalla.
What? No. I wanted to finish my point, man.
Finish the point.
All right, so like Sexplanations has a whole series on paraphilias. I'm gonna go on record as saying that I am not a pedophile. I do not find children attractive or sexually arousing or anything of the sort. But those of you out there that do feel that way, you cannot choose to be a pedophile. You can choose not to be a child molester. So like, even though it's sick for most of us, we think it's fucked up. Like, our generally accepting
that's
culture.
interesting. Yeah, I never thought about that.
Yeah, our generally accepting culture kind of has to, like, it can't really draw the line anywhere, right? Because we
Well-
have to be accepting.
Well, another point too, honestly, I mean, it really wasn't that long ago in our history that 40-year-old men married 13-year-old girls.
I guess that's true too.
I mean,
really, that's only like what,
and
500
also,
years ago.
once again, everybody, not me supporting one claim or the other, just an actual fact in American history
Right.
and history throughout the world.
Yeah,
But I digress.
that's definitely one of the things that I feel very strongly about. Though is like, yeah, pedophiles are going to happen, and they're not inherently morally wrong.
Oh,
like,
hey,
it's
man.
just when they choose to violate a child, especially a child's trust.
Hey, man, rape is still rape, you know?
Yeah, that's very true. 100% true. Anyway, next episode, probably a less heavy topic, but still probably a philosophical one as we enter World 3 of the Talos Principle.
Because we're playing Talos. See you next time, Nondescripts.